Hello and welcome everybody to another Powered Cube Draft. I'm Paul Cheon, and today we are still sitting in Platinum, but we have been doing pretty well in the last couple of drafts. We have just gotten back-to-back trophies here, drafting more aggressive, proactive strategies. Maybe we can keep it going. Let's make it 3 trophies in a row. Now, before we hop into this draft, I did want to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes of Ninja Turtles or you wanted some singles for your standard, modern, or commander decks, go to TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Additionally, head on over to HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want to prepare for the pre-release coming up soon and you want to make sure that you have your deck boxes, dice boxes, life pads, all that good stuff to make sure you're fully ready to go, make sure you go to HeavyPlay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Power. You know, it worked once. I don't think it's going to work again. Okay, pack one, pick one. What do we got? All right, well, let's see. We have Entomb, which is a nice start if you want to just start things off with some kind of reanimation strategy. And then we have Ragavan, which is a more generically flexible card. If you do end up in any red deck, this is a card that you're going to be happy drafting. Additionally, there is a Prismatic Vista, which is the most flexible card because if you take this, it's going to be a good land to play in any deck that you end up drafting. I think I want to make it 3 in a row. Let's take the Ragavan here over the Vista and the Entomb, and then see what happens afterwards. All right, well, that's a Lightning Bolt here. You know, it just doesn't get more efficient than something like a Lightning Bolt. I suppose Swords to Plowshares is kind of on that level as well, but following up a Ragavan with a Lightning Bolt makes a ton of sense. What else do we have here? And this is overall not the best pack. I suppose if we started with Entomb, then we could have taken Life Death and then just at least have a decent base for a reanimation strategy. There's also Tundra and Volcanic Island, which are both fine lands as well. So let's take the Lightning Bolt here. And, you know, I'm comfortable playing basically any combination of red other than red-green. That I don't have as much success with. If I do end up with some Mana Dorks or maybe I get a Minsc Boo, maybe we can make it happen. But I'm happy with, you know, various Rakdos mid-range or aggro decks, Boros decks, and even Izzet tempo decks. Moving on to pack 1, pick 3. There is a Wheel of Fortune, but it doesn't seem like a good card to take after these 2 cards necessarily. Legend of Kuruk is a fine card. There's Seer Slicer Goblin. Not sure I want to take that 3rd pick. I don't actually know how good this card is unless you're super aggro. There's Sunbaked Canyon if I wanted to go Boros. And then there's also Elite Spellbinder. Yeah, I think it's between Sunbaked Canyon, Elite Spellbinder, and Seer Slicer Goblin. I do like the disruptive elements that Elite Spellbinder provides, but Sunbaked Canyon is a really good land if I do end up just straight red-white. I think I will take the Sunbaked Canyon here. The reason being is, even if I don't end up in red-white specifically, if I do end up in a more aggressive red deck, I will still probably play the Sunbaked Canyon. So that's kind of my reasoning for taking this card. But I think taking Elite Spellbinder there would have also been totally fine. Here we have Badlands, Bone Crusher Giant, Legion Extruder. Will note, I mean, sometimes you look at these packs and you're like, wow, they're kind of weak. Well, this does feel way more powered down. They added a bunch of just like random cheap black creatures, which, I don't know, oftentimes you look at those cards and it's just not going to be all that exciting. I guess I take a Bone Crusher Giant. I mean, this pack has Titania. I mean, we'll take just like a mediocre red card that will end up making this deck most of the time. You know what I mean? So, again, not the most inspiring start. I guess there was some kind of a reanimation deck. There was like a Woodfall Primus, Frantic Search, and all that good stuff. Here, there's a Goldspan Dragon, but I think I'm just going to take a Lutri. Again, with a pack of a bunch of just like okay level cards. There is Malevolent Rumble if I wanted to go maybe Gruul, but, you know, Lutri is just always going to be a fine card to play in these types of decks. So certainly happy enough with the Lutri here. All right, pack 1, pick 6. Oof, man, every time I look at a pack, I'm just like, what do I want to take? I guess I take Starting Town. Nova Hellkite is also fine, but I think it's somewhat replaceable, and I, of course, want a second color, but I don't know what that second color is going to be. but having the starting town just gives me the flexibility of, you know, going into a second color and having good mana fixing. So let's go ahead and take the starting town here. All right, pack 1, pick 7. There's a Boomy Unleashed, a Kellen, Planar Trailblazer, and a Multiversal Passage. And there's also Mana Tithe. I think I'm looking at either the Multiversal Passage or the Kellen. You know, I think Kellen is fine, but I think it's kind of replaceable. Let's just take the Multiversal Passage and, you know, we're just taking a bunch of these like really flexible lands. And because the only thing that I feel like is definitely open to some degree is red. So I'm going to, well, and now of course I take the Smuggler's Copter here. But yeah, we still can hold off on the second color here. Again, Gruul could be a thing. But man, I just am not super comfortable or happy necessarily playing Gruul as a color combination. So I'm just kind of, again, holding off on the decision here. All right, pack 1, pick 9. I do feel like I need some playables here. There's an Anointed Peacekeeper. There is a Mana Confluence, but I already have the Multiversal Passage and the starting town. I think Tursa Lightshatter is a decent pickup now, given that we want to be in a proactive red deck. So let's take this over the Mana Confluence. Pack 1, pick 10 gives us Thalia versus Figure of Fable. I don't think Yuffie is good. I think I'm going to take Figure of Fable. I've just been unimpressed by Thalia in general, and I would rather have this. It's pretty hard to activate, but, you know, just turning it into 2/3 is going to be totally fine in most instances. Oh, wow. Elite Spellbinder tabling is pretty nuts. Very, very happy with that, and happy we took some of those lands. Definitely happy. Do I wish I had the Mana Confluence? I guess it's kind of close, but I'm still happy with the configuration that we have right now. Here I will go ahead and take a Vindicate, and now we have the choice between Lingering Souls and Goldspan Dragon. I think I'm going to take Lingering Souls. I actually have a couple of lands that produce black mana, so I can see a world where I do end up playing the Lingering Souls. Wow, Nova Hellkite and Gideon. I guess I'll take the Nova Hellkite. And I suppose, you know, some kind of aggressive shell here is available. That is a Mox Sapphire. We're going to take that. There's also Minsc Boo. But you know, these decks, these aggro decks, being able to play like a turn 1 Smuggler's Copter is absolutely huge. But if it wasn't for that, I would probably take the Minsc Boo in an attempt to try to splash the card. But we're just going to go ahead and take the Mox here. Is there a world where we can go mono red? Maybe. I'm going to go with maybe. All right, pack 2, pick 2. I'm going to take Dismember here. I was actually looking at the Sunbillow Verge, which is an excellent mana fixer, but we're in the market for some interaction. All we have is the Lightning Bolt, and Dismember is awesome, and also really, really nice with Lutri, because it's just such a cheap removal effect that I can copy with the Lutri. So let's go ahead and take Dismember here. Maybe we'll table the Cosmogrand Zenith or something. Also, where did the Dismember go? Straight into the sideboard. Okay. Pack 2, pick 3. What do we have? There is an Emperor of Bones, which is a good card, but I don't know that I want to be in the color black. Glimmer Lens is always just a fine card, especially if you're looking to be aggressive. Vibrance is also okay as like a 5-mana removal effect, but we already have a 5-drop, so I don't put a super high priority on this. Now, if I'm going to be mono red, it's pretty good, just because you can play it on turn 2. Maybe I just take it. Glimmer Lens is fine too, but you know what? You know, there's a Boomy Unleashed. Maybe we're red-green. I'm going to take the Vibrance here. We're going to be a super heavy red deck anyways. So let's see what happens. Well, now I wish I took the Glimmer Lens, because now there's a Stoneforge Mystic and a Mother of Runes. Wow. I mean, I'm going to take Mother of Runes now. Had I taken the Glimmer Lens, I think it would be closer. I think Mother of Runes is still the pick. But yeah, okay. I mean, Mother of Runes is certainly a sign of me probably looking to be here. I'm surprised, by the way, I passed Entomb and all the Reanimate stuff, and there's an Atraxa here, pick 5, so I guess nobody is interested in Reanimator, but I will take Elspeth Stormslayer. This is a 5-mana card that I'm very, very happy playing in these style of decks. And look, Vibrance is still totally playable. All right, pack 2, pick 6. Had we taken the Stoneforge Mystic, we could be taking this Batterskull here. Outside of that, there's, wow, more Reanimator cards in Torsten. There's a Galvanic Blast, but, I mean, this is just 1 mana deal 2 damage. I think, yeah, I mean, given the fact that there's really nothing here for us, I think I'm just going to take Batterskull here, and if the Stoneforge Mystic tables, then we can play it and we'll have a good time. Here, wow, we have 3 great cards here. Detective's Phoenix, Fiery Confluence, and Lightning Helix. I'm going to take Fiery Confluence. We've got a bunch of creatures already. I do like Detective's Phoenix a lot, but Fiery Confluence is a very powerful, unique effect. Being able to just have a card that single-handedly destroys artifact decks, I think is quite strong, but I do think all 3 of these cards are excellent here for what we're trying to do. Now we have Showdown of the Skalds, which is a pretty good top-end card, noting that our mana curve is now getting a little bit on the high side. So, I'm certainly interested in trying to keep the curve low. So not going to take Wandering Emperor. There is Abandoned Air Temple and Staff of the Storyteller. How many ways do we have to make tokens right now? Just the Elspeth and a Lingering Souls? I'm going to take the Air Temple. I don't think it didn't look like we had enough ways to make tokens, and Abandoned Air Temple is excellent in these types of decks. Here we'll take Sunbillow Verge over Sarah Paragon and Leonardo, making our mana rock solid here. Definitely playing these cards. Probably not going to be playing the Boomy. I already have a bunch of 5s already, and it probably doesn't look good enough. Oh, Glimmerlens tabled. I mean, there is a shot the Stoneforge Mystic also tables. People really like that card, though, so people might just hate it. There's also Lingering Souls, but I have, 2 black sources? Probably don't need to play the card. 6, 7. All right, so we have 15 playables here. We have a nice mix of interaction. Oh, I do like Ranger Captain of Eos. Noting our mana's this is where we really need to prioritize the red-white lands, and I'm really happy that I took the Sunbaked Canyon. We have the Verge, the Passage into Starting Town. Ranger Captain of Eos is very strong, especially when you have Ragavan, Mom, and Figure of Fable. So gonna be trying my best to fit it into my deck. But this is one of those instances where if I do see a Plateau or Sacred Foundry, I will be taking it over the vast majority of playable cards that I can have. So right now, we ended up with a couple of decent interaction. Our curve is definitely on the high side. So I'm looking for cheap things and good mana fixing for the most part. Of course, I would love to take more interaction if possible, but yeah, I mean, there's not going to be too many cards here that I'm going to want over a Sacred Foundry or, wow, last pick iteration. Luis is rolling over in his grave right now. All right, moving on here. Pack 3, pick 1. Wow, okay. Well, there's a Sacred Foundry, but I opened one of 2 cards here that are both probably better than Sacred Foundry and Boros, and Flage and Fury. I don't know which one's better. I think it's Flage. No, you know what? I'm going to take I have a bunch of red cards, right? I'm going to take the Fury, especially because I have the Lutri as well. I think it's really close, and I think they're both really, really good. But I like the fact that this is a card that I can play for free. And again, like I mentioned, my curve is a little bit on the high side. So I'm going to do that. Here, I will take Pyrogoyf over Inti. Inti is the cheaper card, but I think Pyrogoyf is a bomb and significantly better. Gosh, I still don't know which one's better. What do you think? Let me know. What do you like better there? I legitimately think it's somewhat close between Flage and Fury. And they're both really good. I had a bunch of 3s already. And I think it was more of a pick of need. I want just a good cheap thing to just deal with everything, and I have the Lutri to go with it. But Flage is also really powerful. Here I will take Esper Sentinel as just a good cheap threat over Suplex. Get more 1-drops going. Pack 3, pick 4. Nothing in particular for us. There's a blue-white land and a Portable Hole. I guess I'll take Portable Hole in case I'm lacking interaction. It's a card that I can try and play. I don't want to play it, but it's available. I'll take Skull Clamp. Is my deck a good Skull Clamp deck? I have a Spellbinder, Ragavan, Mother of Runes, Esper Sentinel, Elspeth. Lingering Souls might get back into the deck now, but yeah, let's take the Skull Clamp here. I can also take Unholy Heat, but let's take the Skull Clamp. It's value. Parallax Wave, pack 3, pick 6. Again, a red-white land, but Parallax Wave is just one of the best, I mean, if not the best card in Boros. Let me just quickly take a look here. Yeah, I mean, it's a top 10 card in Boros. It's insane. As much as I want the Elegant Parlor here, let's take the Parallax Wave. And I mean, certainly this color combination is open. It absolutely is. Here I'll take Figure of Destiny over Pyrokinesis as I already have the Fury and I'm in the market for more cheap things to play. Plateau, I will be taking it over Gut. As much as I love Gut, look, I gotta take the mana fixing at some point, and Plateau is obviously perfect, and I think I'm gonna have enough playables here. What about Flage tabling? Yeah, obviously I take the Fury because nobody's in Boros. This is insane. This is one of the better aggressive cards in Cube. I cannot believe I tabled the Flage. There's a Sacred Foundry also in the pack. That's ridiculous. All right, well, I mean, obviously I'm here for it. Let's take a Flicker Wisp. Probably not playing any of those. Cathar Commando, yeah, I can use a 2-drop. That's a Shatter effect. Okay, I mean, look, this deck is great. This is 24 cards here on the left. And, yeah, I mean, certainly have room to cut something here. And I think I should play the full 7. I should play 17 lands. All right, Hallowed Fountain. Is there like a blue situation? I mean, technically speaking, it would allow me to play the Lutri better, but I'd rather have more untapped lands for the Abandoned Air Temple. A Glorybringer or March. I don't think I'm playing either. I'll just take the Glorybringer. Grim Lavamancer? Sure. Actually, I don't know why I got rid of that one. Oh, oh my gosh. All right, look. This archetype was super open. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Okay. Let's take a look at our mana situation. 14, 15. Okay, equal parts red and white. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 white sources. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 red sources. I think I have more double white than double red. So let's cut a mountain. And now we got to cut 6 cards from this deck. Wow, it's a lot. Certainly can cut Portable Hole. I think Grim Lavamancer is probably the card that I can consider letting go of. There's 17 creatures, by the way, along with Smuggler's Copter and Glimmer's Lens. Oh, and Elspeth. So we can certainly cut some number of creatures here, too. I will say one thing this deck is not short on is interaction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. I have so many removal. I actually think I can probably cut Bone Crusher Giant. Just because I have a lot of ways to kind of deal damage to small things. So, here, let's just put like a stack of things on the side here that I think I can consider cutting. Tursa, Flicker Wisp, and I think Grim Lavamancer is the worst of my 1-drops. Also, for the sake of mana curve, like Pyrokinesis and Fury, they're both like free spells, so don't have to consider those as expensive things. I mean, noting that I still have like 3 5-drops here. Yeah, I think I can definitely get rid of Lavamancer. I'm not actually that good at putting a bunch of things into my graveyard. Also, Dismember is free. I think Tursa Light Shatter makes a lot of sense here because I have Flage and Pyroglyph, and filling up my graveyard in this style of deck seems pretty good. I think I can cut the Vibrance just to keep my 5 mana drops lower. I mean, Nova Hellkite's also potentially on the chopping block. Flicker Wisp, now, I normally don't like, but I can clamp it, and I have a lot of things I'd like to be able to flicker, like being able to flicker Pyroglyph, Parallax Wave, Showdown, even Glimmerlens, Tursa, Ranger Captain. I feel like there might be enough to warrant playing this card. Yeah, we can definitely cut Bone Crusher Giant here. And so now I'm going to be looking at either a spell here or a top-end card, I think. Flage I don't even count as a 3-mana creature, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 creatures here. Yeah, let's cut Nova Hellkite. Keep the curve a little bit lower. Like I said, I have a lot of ways to deal damage to little things anyway, so the pinging effect is not as relevant. Normally, I would probably choose that over Pyrokinesis, but for this deck specifically, because I have the Lutri, I think I should play both Fury and the Pyrokinesis. And yeah, let's give this a whirl. All right, now before round 1 starts, I did want to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to join a wonderful group of folks who are also looking to up their limited game. I post monthly videos on the Patreon along with monthly streams. If you want kind of another outlet to also just kind of get a good way to contact me or ask me questions about Limited, joining the Patreon will definitely give you the best ability to do so. All right, on the play here, 3 planes and a bunch of things I can't cast, so we got to mulligan that. And this hand we will certainly keep. But I don't know what to ship back. I have a 1-drop, a 2-drop, a 3-drop, and some lands. It's probably one of the 3s. I guess, at least with this hand, I'd rather have the Tersa Light Shatter. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, Plains Esper Sentinel. Ooh, that's annoying because I have the Smuggler's Copter. Does that change my plays? Like, do I not want to play Smuggler's Copter now? I don't think I want them to draw a card. Yeah, I mean, you got to make adjustments where you can. And we'll just run out. We'll just do this. Honestly, next turn I can just play like Tersa Light Shatter and discard the Copter. That's totally fine. Wow, just a tapped Multiversal Passage. Interesting. Okay, my turn. Play a land. Ooh. Honestly, it's probably better to play the Tersa Light Shatter when I have things I want to discard. Let's attack first, and then we'll just play an Elite Spellbinder here. It gives us a lot of good information, and gives us a nice flying threat as well. Swords to Plowshares. That's not cool. Alright. Oh, wow. What is this hand? Skyclave Apparition, Solitude, and Overlord of the Boiler Bilges. All very, very good. The only thing that they can actually play next turn is the Apparition. Overlord is also fine, I suppose. But let's, Alright, yeah, let's take the Apparition. I mean, they can still cast it for 5 mana or whatever, but... So, given that they... Wow, Ragavan off the top, huh? Fair enough. They hit a Fiery Confluence that they can't cast. Honestly, I didn't want the Fiery Confluence anyways. Alright, we drew a land here, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to just play out this Parallax Wave. There is an Overlord of the Boiler Bilges. Couple of options. Given that they have the Overlord of the Boiler Bilges, I can turn this into a 4/5. The issue is they do have that Solitude as well. The other option here is to just play a Smuggler's Copter, and it's going to be hard for them to just like deal with that. So, yeah, why don't we just go ahead and do this? Pay the mana here. And given that they have the Ragavan, I am not interested in attacking. But it looks like they have an excellent Boros setup here. They can just hard cast the Solitude, by the way. Figure of Fable down. And I assume they're going to play Ragavan off the treasure. Yep. Yeah, they have a lot of good, like, come into play, get value type cards, which is obviously not ideal for us. Still not interested in Parallax Wave just yet. I think the play here is to just go Tersa Light Shatter. Pitch this mountain. And do I want to play this land? I guess I don't technically have to right now. My mana curves out at 5. Man, how good, by the way, would Nova Hellkite be? Granted, Pyrokinesis was like the other option here. But, yeah, let's just pass. Skyclave Apparition. There's a Light Shatter, sure. Alright. So we drew a Cathar Commando, which is actually pretty nice because we can play it and kill the Overlord of the Boiler Bilges and also crew the Smuggler's Copter. So I think that's the play. Let's block the Ragavan to prevent shenanigans. And then let's kill the Overlord. All right, take that. Staff of the Storyteller. Their deck is excellent, by the way. They know how to put together a good Boros deck. Like, this is like a value-centric Boros deck, which is much more difficult for us to handle. I think I need to play the Parallax Wave now, so I guess we'll go ahead and do that. And we'll take it from there. 3 cards in hand for the opponent. One of them is a Solitude. This is where something like a Showdown of the Skalds or an Elspeth would be really good. Interesting. Okay. So let's exile this. So after blocks the Solitude. Very, very well played. Do I want to exile this token too? I think so. Sure. Take 1. Alright, Mother of Runes and Glimmerlens. Alright, can play Mother of Runes here as well. Play some defense still. Pass. Flicker Wisp, huh? Okay. All kinds of value here, I must say. Am I interested in just trading here? I think so. And I'll loot because I have a Flage in my deck. Oh, Ranger Captain of Eos. That's a nice one. I mean, I have to have good targets here. Let's see. 2 cards. Ranger Captain of Eos. I'm at 18. What can I get? I mean, I'm going to just play it. But Figure of Destiny, Ragavan, and Esper Sentinel. Given this board, Figure of Destiny makes the most sense. So let's get that. Play it. And we can pass. So that Parallax Wave has 1 more turn before things happen. Whoa, Urza's Saga. They must have like a Skull Clamp or something. A Johnny? Gosh. Alright, I mean, look, this is a battle of like 2 solid red-white decks. Their deck might actually be even better. Like, everything comes into play and gives them value. Like, I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say that I think Wounded Lover drafts Boros a lot. Alright, gonna take 3 damage here. Now, if I want to get added value here, I can just Parallax Wave my Ranger Captain of Eos. Or I can just exile this cat token. I don't think I had a lot of great options anyways. I think I'm just going to... Well, first let's level this up. Yeah, let's just go ahead and exile this token. And then they can exile my Glimmerlens, I suppose. Because that's the only thing they can actually kill. Really? Okay. Okay, we found a Ragavan. Let's play it. No great attacks here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and turn this into a 4/4. The reason being is now I have the opportunity here to... next turn, if I draw a land, I can turn this into an 8/8 flyer. There's an Abandoned Air Temple on the opponent's side. I don't know why they play that first and then play Showdown of the Skalds. I guess they can play the land next turn. But if you hit multiple lands, like, there's just no reason to play the Abandoned Air Temple first. All right, they hit a Chandra, which is quite nice. No way to kill the Mother of Runes just yet. But they, of course, have an unknown card in their hand as well. They're just... Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is going to still be a ton of action that I need to handle. Flicker Wisp can attack. And we drew Pyrokinesis. Well, that looks excellent here. How do I want to attack? I mean, I still need to be mindful of, like, my life total too, right? I can attack with Ragavan. That allows me to kill the artifact token here as well. If they block with the artifact token. Let's attack with Ragavan. Yep. One, two, three, four. All right. I mean, I still feel like I'm pretty behind here. They have 3 spells they can cast here. They have an Abandoned Air Temple and the Showdown, so I think the Pyrokinesis was excellent, but I feel like this is probably one of those instances where they're just too far ahead on resources, because I just drew a lot of, like, 1-for-1 type effects. So we'll keep that in mind. But, you know, it's customary for me to always lose the first round, you know what I mean? And no shame in losing to this. This deck is awesome.
I knew you needed my help.
Yeah, I mean, look at what they did this turn. You know what I mean? Probably should have done that first there before casting all your spells. So, you know, we'll say not the cleanest sequencing from the opponent. I don't think it's going to matter, though. Let's kill the Chandra.
Figure it out on your own.
And the problem is this artifact I can't do anything against. Like, it can just attack me if it wants for however much. 3, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. If I block both of these, or both of these, whatever. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. Yep. Okay, so Nia, so see again, they're just not seeing the line here, I suppose. Like 3, 4, 5, 6. They should just target the Ajani and it's lethal. Right? Like, why are you making the construct this big? All right. Well, with the oust, I'm still probably dead. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Okay, with the oust, I'm dead. Yeah. Their deck is excellent. A little bit sloppy there, I'd say, overall, but their deck is amazing. So, GG's. Let's move on. All right, on the play here, we are absolutely keeping. We have a Mox. Always happy to keep a hand with a Mox. Let's go Glimmerlens turn 1. Into Ranger Captain Avios, into probably Mother of Runes would be my guess. I mean, Mountain would be ideal. If I draw a Mountain off the top, being able to play Tursa and then draw the card off the Glimmerlens would be amazing. Oh, this is actually interesting too. Actually, do I just want to double spell here instead? This just increases the likelihood that I'll be able to draw a card here off of the Glimmerlens. So I'm going to lead with the Esper Sentinel, because this way, if they have a removal spell, they're, you know, they have to, like, use it right away. And remember, we're on 11 white sources, 10 red sources. So our mana's okay. Our mana's definitely okay. Figure of Fable is another... I mean, Mother of Runes is probably it. It's just the best one drop. Grief in the Yard. Okay. Okay, some kind of black deck. What you got for me? I wonder if I'm supposed to play Hallowed Fountain to play the Loot Tree. I don't know. What do you all think? I have some painful lands in my deck, though. So I feel like I don't want to go too crazy with that stuff, but maybe it's fine. The thing is, once I get to the point where I, like, can put Loot Tree into my hand, I figure I'll have the double red, but maybe that's wrong. I don't actually think I want to get Mother of Runes. Hold on. I gotta think about this, because the way... So, this is what I'm thinking about. Like, Toxic Deluge is like the card that I think I'm most scared of. And I already have like a pretty big board. So what's good against like a Toxic Deluge? I mean, I can still get Mother of Runes. Or I can get something that just like can kind of win the game by itself. I think I'm just going to get Figure of Fable here. But I'm going to take it slow. And not play it. If that makes any sense. Because I still have the ability next turn to just like activate Abandoned Air Temple. And if they play a sweeper, I can still follow that up with Thursa plus Figure of Fable, which I think is pretty strong. But I'm fully willing to admit that this might be a little bit too conservative. But I'm looking at it in the context of, hey, my board is really great. How can I lose? And Deluge feels like it's one of those cards. I mean, I guess I could sack the Ranger Captain of Eos. I can certainly do that next turn. Yeah. There's way more 4-mana Wraths. It is nice that Mox Sapphire helps me cast this. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Opponent's at 2 life. Even if I played this, it wasn't lethal. So if they play a sweeper here... Oh gosh, 1 ring. That's annoying. Fair enough. I mean, they're gonna die to it though, right? Wait, is it target opponent? Okay, so I can't actually play the Elite Spellbinder here. So what do I want to do? Probably play Skull Clamp. And I don't need more counters on the Abandoned Air Temple. I'd rather just move Skull Clamp onto like Cathar Commando. This can allow me to forcibly draw 2 cards if I need. And I can put a Lutri into my hand. Okay, so they didn't draw any cards. They just did it to stay alive. I suppose theoretically I could have put it on Esper Sentinel, but whatever. There's a dam. And not much to do. Draw my cards. And Thursa Light Shatter will get it done. Actually, is Pyrogoyf technically better? Yeah, I think Pyrogoyf to the face is better. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, I think Elite Spellbinder first is better. Why? Wait, they scooped to the Elite Spellbinder? Okay. Alright. Well, we got that one. They, in fact, did have the sweeper, and we had a nice little aggressive start. 1 and 1. All right, on the play here, absolutely keeping this. I have a 1, a 2, and a 3. I'm going to lead with the plateau. Like, if they wasteland me, maybe I shouldn't have. Like, leaving myself vulnerable to wasteland is certainly not great. Draw a Flage here. Let's beat down. If they play a small creature, we can Flage it. If not, we can just Thursa and put things... Okay, well, there you go. That's a nice juicy target here for the Flage. And we get to draw a card. This is all kinds of great. Actually, I should just attack first, right? Because I can draw something that might be even better. I didn't. But you could. You never know. Bird down. Excellent curve for us. We can Skull Clamp away the Esper Sentinel at some point if we need. Pyrogoyf currently only deals 1 damage, but that'll certainly have the potential to grow over time. There is a Mana Crypt. Uh-oh. What can they do with this Mana Crypt? It's our second Mana Crypt opponent. Oh, they let us draw a card. Okay. Into Elegy Acolyte. Wow. Fair enough. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Paul, are you serious right now? Dismember? Unbelievable. What a draw. Okay. Let's play Thursa Light Shatter. Let's discard Starting town. Boom. Oh, and we have Fury here as well, and Pyroglyph and Skull Clamp. Things looking excellent here for us. Of course, they do have Mana Crypt. They have the ability to get to 6 mana here. 3 cards in my graveyard. What you got? I've drawn a lot of cards. Oh, there's Toxic Deluge. They're going to pay the mana here. Fair enough. 5 cards in yard, so Flage I cannot escape yet. 5 cards total in my yard. Dark Ritual? Uh-oh. Midnight Reaper? Okay, we can handle that. Midnight Reaper, we can handle. Flicker Wisp. I mean, I don't even need to kill this necessarily. This goes to the face for 5. I think what I'm going to do here is Flicker Wisp my Glimmer Lens. And then play Skull Clamp. Oh, I can't flicker it. I can't clamp right away, which is unfortunate. Oh well. Okay. The thing is, if they just lose 1 flip here, I just cast the Pyroglyph. I mean, I could have just gone Pyroglyph to the face, I suppose. That is certainly the other line that I could have gone with. Oh, they're gonna Restless Cottage me and exile the Flage? Okay. Actually, I want them to do that, because then I can potentially kill them. Oh no, they're just playing a Might Form Harmonizer, and that should do it here. I just go Pyroglyph to the face. Good game. Alright. They actually had, I mean, they had a Bird of Paradise, a Toxic Deluge, a 4/4 Lifelinker. So you would think that they would actually have pretty good game against, you know, a Boros aggro deck. But, I mean, that Dismember off the top, thumbs up. Thumbs up. You put the card in your deck to draw it, right? Right. Alright, opponent on the play here. We have another nice mana curve. Gonna keep this. Turn 1, choose your own adventure with regards to which figure you want to play. Probably Fable, right? It's just bigger. Alright, Fabled Passage for the opponent. And Dismember, of course, a great draw here. Turn 2, we're going to run out the Smuggler's Copter along with the Starting Town, because of course we don't want this to come into play tapped. And then we can follow that up with, you know, like Figure of Destiny, Dismember their thing. We'll see. We'll see what they do. They got a Plains. Fabled Passage, typically something I don't like to play in my aggressive white decks, but they're, okay. They're blue-white, though. They are blue-white. Did they have Ophelia? They certainly could. They could have a Get Lost. March. Brazen Borrower on my 1-drop? That I'm okay with. Okay, I am less okay with... Man, we have been playing against a lot of power. Okay. Okay, well, we drew a Lightning Bolt at least. Let's go figure a Fable. Don't want the Pyrokinesis here. Let's bolt that. We take 3. Then we'll play Figure. Bolting that because, of course, Dismember can kill something bigger. They are stuck on lands, I guess. Although they did play out that Mox Sapphire. Balance! Is that even a good... I guess I lose a land? I guess it's not bad. They have to discard 2 cards, though. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of annoying. Losing the land is the most annoying part. I will keep Plains in Starting Town. Okay, I mean, I guess I really need a land here. Or a cheap creature. Okay, that works. I can dash this in, but I think I just want to loot with the Copter and just hit a land. All right, we did hit a land. Now the question is Dismember versus Ranger Captain. I can't... Let's discard Dismember. Just going to go for a little more value here. If I draw any land, I can just Pyroglyph. Also, they're stuck on land, so they're not going to be able to play too many things that can get through this. Okay, they played a Dam, which is fine. Woo! And we drew Mox Sapphire. So that will allow me to play the Ranger Captain of Eos. What do I want to get here? I think I'm going to actually get Esper Sentinel, just because they're kind of stuck on mana. What am I discarding? Let's see. Yeah, I'm discarding Parallax Wave. I'd rather have the Esper Sentinel here. Like, they're a control deck. The wave is okay, but I have the Pyrogoyf here as well. Yep. So the Esper Sentinel drawing me a card. They're going to probably tuck something, or they're just going to die. Maybe the Copter. I don't know. I mean, they're in a tough spot. Like, they do have, like, a nice, I mean, you know, balanced Dam with a Mox, library. They got some cool stuff going on, but we got just enough annoying stuff going on. Okay. I guess maybe this is probably their best out. Oh, did they draw a counterspell? Gosh. Was I supposed to sacrifice this? Maybe. That's annoying. Okay. I am actually going to kill Teferi. Let's loot. Pitch the plains. I mean, they're just on such limited resources here. Like, this is like a sweeper plus. There are ways they can come back, and it's with that Teferi. Okay, that's another Teferi. Okay, they're just. I guess they're digging. They're definitely just letting me draw stuff. They might want to like float a blue and pick up the Mox Sapphire, or I guess they can just bounce like Ranger Captain of Eos and hope I don't have other 1-drops. Granted, I did go through 4 1-drops already. I only have Mother of Runes left as a 1-drop here. Okay. Lots of options. 3, 4, 5. I have access to 6 mana. I can either go something like Elspeth and just make a bunch of tokens. Sure. Let's just do that. Only because I can't double spell this turn anyways. Aang, Swift Savior. Okay, so that gets into the Airbend zone. Man, they're fighting the good fight, I will say. Alright, Teferi down. We get Skull Clamp down. And then we can play this for 2 mana next turn. Staff of the Storyteller. Okay, they paid for this one. Pyrogoyf, by the way, is a 7/8. Alright, there's the swamp. Oh no, did they have the swamp? They might have had the swamp. What do I want to do with this Elspeth? I am not entirely sure. It's probably just make tokens. I have 10 cards in my yard. Alright. Yeah, I mean, they're just behind so many angles, right? I got the clamp. Look at my hand. They know I have Pyrogoyf. It's just just an avalanche of card advantage somehow in my Boros deck. Alright, 3-1. Alright, opponent on the play here. We have a 1-drop. We got a Pyrokinesis if they're on something aggressive. Seems like a totally fine hand to keep. Gotta figure out my colors, though. White, white, red. Okay, well that makes this a lot easier, I suppose. Okay, opponent on some kind of Grixis deck. Okay, and now we can go... Mountain. No 2-drop is kind of unfortunate. But sometimes you don't get the perfect curve. That is fine. Cycling Miscalc. So they're probably looking for a land, because Miscalc would be pretty good here. Next turn I'm going to go starting town into... Okay, they're paying 2 life to probe me, and they're letting me draw a card? Man, Esper Sentinel has been A+ so far. I want to be able to copy a Pyrokinesis with Lutri. That's my goal. They must be looking to do something completely busted. Right? Never mind, it's just play a Lockmare. Okay. Alright, so that is a Sunbaked Canyon, but if I want to play the starting town, I gotta play it this turn. Lots of good options. Tersa Light Shatter allows me to put the most pressure on my opponent. Let's pitch Flage and Sunbaked Canyon. Okay. Then let's just kill the Lockmare. I mean, I also have this Parallax Wave to kind of get other creatures out of the way, but I just want to put maximum pressure. Like, they're playing some kind of Grixis mid-rangey control-y deck, and so I feel like just playing a Flage and getting in for 1 damage was a little bit mopey that turn. You know what I mean? And I just want to put lots and lots of pressure here. Ooh, Elite Spellbinder is fantastic. 5 cards in hand. See what they're working with. Any type of sweeper, of course, we're going to want to get that out of their hand. What is this hand? So they got a Time Twister and a Narset and a Displacer Kitten and an Emrakul and a DT. I guess we'll take the DT. Play the Clamp. Hit them for 4. I mean, they're at 9 life. Okay, I get to draw a card here as well. Demonic Tutor for something. I'm going to Flicker Wisp the Elite Spellbinder unless I can find a way to escape the Flage. I also, actually, do I have enough lethal? I need a... Oh, never mind. That gets it done. I doubt they got a Force of Will. Alright. They got something spicy there. I don't know what they're cooking up there, but they got some Draw 7 Narset shenanigans with a Tutor, some Displacer Kitten Infinite shenanigans, maybe with like Teferi and a 0-drop, and then they also have an Emrakul. So they got all kinds of jank, but this is where, they're still trying to put their combo pieces together, and we just punish them by beating them down. Alright, we are Plat 1. We are actually getting close to Diamond. Pretty good. Alright, opponent on the play here. Hey, we have a 1-drop here in the Figure of Fable. Would love to find a 2-drop, of course. Sunbaked Canyon and Multiversal Passage. So, prioritizing these lands has been very, very good for us. Just making sure that we can cast all of our spells in a timely manner. That is a Ragavan. I think I want to lead with Figure of Fable, because I think there's like a decent chance they just kill this. Okay. They have a Thundering Falls. Hold on, let me just double check. Okay, so I can... Well, let's hope they don't have like a Lightning Bolt or something. Alright, we hit something. That's a land. And get the Ragavan back. I don't think I'm interested in using my treasure to pump the figure. That line I always have available to me. I just figure when my opponent leads with Thundering Falls, it's so likely for them to have some kind of way to kill the Ragavan, so. I have white. I mean, let's go red, I guess. I mean, they have to have something. Bowmasters would be really bad. Oh, Fire Covenant? Fire Covenant is also bad. Wait, they dealt 2 damage to this? Did they forget? This is not Figure of Destiny. Sorry. Alright, take 2. Yep. Yep, that was a very, very big mistake. Let's see if they can recover. Well, I will say they have a beautiful mana base. Look at this. Barrowgoyf, very, very good. That's a 3/4. Noting that Pyrogoyf can't actually kill Barrowgoyf. Dismember can, though. 4 cards. I can also play Elspeth. But this is actually really interesting. The thing is, if they have any kind of counter, it's like such a blowout. Whereas if I go Dismember and they counter it somehow, I can still follow that up with Parallax Wave. Like if they have a Force of Negation here or something, you know what I mean? All right, now the question is, do I go for a bunch of damage here with Vigor Fable, or do I just play out a Pyrogoyf to the face? I think I'm just going to go Pyrogoyf to the face. I got a Lightning Bolt. This is just a lot of pressure. And if they play a creature, I can always Parallax Wave. Now, if they get a sweeper here off Mystical Tutor, okay, they got a Time Walk. I mean, not much I can do against that, of course. But yeah, for example, let's say they had like a Force of Will into Mystical, into Time Walk with an active Barrowgoyf. That would have been pretty bad for me. Mana Crypt? Okay, well, this is one of those... Oh, did they play a land this turn? Did they need a land? They needed a land. That's fair. Maybe better to just play Time Walk. But you know what? When you're this behind, I totally get playing in that manner to give yourself like the best outs to come back and win from that spot. So this member has been an all-star. We are 5-1. All right, on the play here. Ooh. I'm going to keep this, but it's a little sketchy. Like I have Mother Runes here, but I don't have a whole lot of other action. But, like, I have a 1-drop, I have good mana, I have Showdown of the Skalds to find me more action later, I have Lutri to get on turn 3 if I need to Fury something, so I believe I should keep this hand. I mean, naturally drawing a 2-drop off the top would be wonderful. Storm Chaser's Talent, okay. Tersa Light Shatter, alright, there you go. No attacks. Yeah, I mean, I'm mostly playing this as a 3-mana, 3/3 haste. Like, every now and then I like rummage a card away, but I felt like it was generally better than Bone Crusher Giant, but I could be wrong there. I could definitely be wrong there. I think I'm just going to pitch both the lands. I'm kind of just looking for more action anyways, and if I draw another mana source, that's also fine. Let's go ahead and attack with Tersa. I'm honestly fine trading Tersa for Smuggler's Copter, because it's the one thing I can't protect anyways. And they probably want to keep their life total high, so it's kind of an exchange where both sides are okay with this. Now, if they loot something away and like reanimate something huge, I'm going to be sad, but I guess I couldn't have stopped that anyways, given that they have a Copter. Okay. So we got a Fury here for, I mean, if they just play more creatures. But next turn we can also just play like... I can play Showdown of the Skalds, but I like playing this a little bit later. When I can... Like, I like this as a turn 5 play, where I can play the land immediately. That way, if I hit multiple lands, I can get maximum value. And so, you know... Oh, are they stuck on lands? Interesting. I guess I'll take it. All right. 5 cards in hand. They very clearly have some kind of removal spell. I think my play here is to just cast Ragavan. If they have a counterspell, so be it. And then just put Lutri into my hand. Take it slow. They did not miss a land drop. They were just Second main phase gamers. Probably like Jeskai or something. Nope. Well, they could still be, I guess. Or like 4-color control. That could be all kinds of stuff. Lush Portico. Okay, so yeah, so they're on some kind of like domain control deck, which, given the fact that we didn't have as aggressive of a start, might be tough. Ooh, there's a Lotus Petal? Never mind. I don't know what they're on. I mean, maybe they just want it for mana fixing. I am going to dismember this thing. This way, I don't have to like attack and use Mother Runes, and I can still attack with Ragavan and provide protection for it. Yep. Like I said, they definitely have a removal spell here, so... Tamiyo? Should I play it? I mean, why not? Wait, can I play it even? No, I can't. I can't play it. What am I saying? I want to play it. I don't have the mana to play it. There's a Lutri, but I can't Lutri anything. With all this mana up, I kind of want to hold back on the Showdown of the Skalds. Let's just play the Smuggler's Copter. I can still Fury something away for free if I need. If they have 2 removal spells in hand, they might be interested in just firing it off to just kill my Mother Runes. Next turn, I mean, depending on how much mana they keep up, it's pretty likely that I'm going to be looking to play the Showdown of the Skalds here. Time Walk, okay. Nothing my silly little Boros deck can do. Well, you know what? I'm glad we took the Tamiyo, right? Imagine if they had the Tamiyo in their hand. But they do have Stormchaser's Talent to get the Time Walk back, which allows them to kind of develop their board. So we're in for a decently grindy matchup here. But that's where a card like Showdown of the Skalds really shines. You know, previously I thought this card was just a little bit too slow for Cube. I didn't think it was good enough, but, you know, I've actually been very, very impressed with this as one of your few top-end cards in the Boros decks that allow you to kind of like gas up. There's a Mountain. 4 cards in hand. Huh. Okay. Man, when they keep up so much mana, it just makes it so tough. I could just play a Lutri, so I can get the Copter in. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, I don't really care about copying something. It looks like a Mysticon. Oh, it's just a Force of Will. Okay. I want to keep Mother Runes up, so I don't think I'm Coptering. So I think I'm just hitting them with the Ragavan. See what we hit? Underworld Breach? Can you imagine if they had that plus Time Walk? Oh my gosh. Playing it does nothing, right? Like, I can play it and, like, yeah, it doesn't do anything. Alright, I guess this is probably just the best time to just jam this card. Oops, did I mess up? I can believe that I messed up. 4 cards in hand. Now, they still have a Time Walk in their graveyard. So, they can still get that back. They have a very good Time Walk deck. They have Breach, Tamiyo, and Stormchaser's Talent so far to get the Time Walk back. So, they're doing everything in their power to recur the Time Walk. They have, like I mentioned, at least 1 removal spell in their hand, along with this Stormchaser's Talent. Or they just bluff attacked me out of my shoes. Very possible. Just right out of my shoes. Alright, there's the Time Walk. Okay. Let us see what their big finish is now. Big finish is, I am out of resources. I've cast a bunch of Time Walks, but I didn't get to do anything. Alright. Well, we've been here before. We were 0-1 against a very good Boros deck, but we won 6 in a row, and we now have 2 shots at our 3rd trophy in a row. Alright. How close are we to Diamond? I have no idea. Alright, opponent on the play. I don't have any 1 or 2 drops, but I have a Dismember and 2 lands. I'm gonna keep this. This is, you know, I'm on the draw anyway, so I'm gonna be playing more of a slow game and see if that ends up working out for us. Oh, Mox Sapphire, you say? Actually, paying the 1 black saves me damage, right? Yep. I take 3 instead of 4. Okay. I see your mock start, and I also have my mock start. So if I draw a white source, I'm probably just playing Flicker Wisp for, you know, value. Or not value, but just to have something in play. Yep. Returned out to the battlefield under owner's control. Whatever. I get to keep up Mana Tithe. Alright. Great mana, Mox Ruby. Their deck looks very, very nice. And you know me, I never beat an Izzet deck to save my life. Okay. That is an Inti, sure. We drew a mountain. Okay, we're going to hit for 3 in the air. And I am going to just kill the 2 artifacts and deal 2 damage to them, and then I can flage this on the following turn. So, artifact, artifact, 2. It's taking a lot of damage from this starting town. Please don't have a counterspell. Oh, just a Galvanic Blast? That's fine. That's totally fine. Alright, so Fiery Confluence, excellent, excellent card there, as you can tell. As you can see. Corey Steelcutter into a spell? Uh-oh. Lightning Bolt my face. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Are they going to discard a card? Probably not, right? Wow. Just for maximum damage? I guess they could hit a land, technically. Wow. Look at them. Alright, well, we're just going to kill this, we're going to flage. Kill this Inti. And that puts 4 cards in the graveyard. Do I want to play Esper Sentinel and take a damage? I think I do. Because that gets me closer to escaping here if I need. I'll take this. And that is a multiversal passage. Taking a lot of damage.
I welcome all allies.
No attacks. Ravenous Robots. Did they go back, draw back-to-back spells? Oh, they sure did. Okay. Wow. Okay. They're trying to kill Elspeth. I think the play here... What does this do? Creature tokens you control have haste. They're both attacking the Elspeth. I certainly want to block with Elspeth because I want to get more stuff into my graveyard. Let's do this. That's a mountain. Make more tokens. Let's put Lutri into our hand. We're gonna chill. We're like, it's very close, right? I mean, they're doing a really great job. I mean, they have a really, really nice, like, Izzet Corey Steelcutter deck. That's a Tameo. Oh my gosh. Okay, it was just a land, but they can give the Tameo haste here. There's not much I can do. Okay, I'm at 5. Do I want to play this? I think I do, just to use my mana. Hopefully I don't draw like a cool spell I want to copy. Elite Spellbinder is pretty nice. Let's play that. I'm at 5 life. Okay. I think I want to just give everything flying now. And then now I have to be a little bit careful given that I'm at 5 life. So how aggressive do we need to be? They have 4 attackers. I just want to make sure that I have a lethal attack next turn. So like if I attack with like one of these, keeping these back is better because if these trade, then I get to escape the Flage. Let's just hit for 2 in the air. No chances, right? No chances. They have flying until my next turn. So I still have 4 creatures back to block with. 2 of which fly. And they need some incredible top decks here. Which, I mean, they certainly can't. Oh my god. Wheel of Fortune? Okay. Okay, Tamiyo flips. Okay, we have Cathar Commando. Oh, should I have killed the Corey Steelcutter? I don't think Corey Steelcutter is even that much of a problem right now. So let's just wait on that. They only have access to 3 mana, but noting that they can tick up the Tamiyo here. I do have a Fury, but no red cards in hand. This is super interesting. Chrome Host Siege Shark. Okay. Yeah, I think now they're supposed to be on the defensive or they're gonna die. Lotus Petal. Okay. Okay. Chromox. Look at them go. Not exiling anything. Creature tokens you control have haste. What does that do? Okay. Alright, so if I Cathar Commando the Corey Steelcutter, then they can't attack with it. Or, oh no, they can. What am I doing? It still has haste? Oh yeah, they still have haste. I'm silly. I'm a silly goose. I mean, I might have done it anyways because of the trample, but yeah. Alright, so 1-1, 1-1. 4-3 blocks here. 3 and 1. I gotta think. Do I go to 2? Because I can Flage next turn. I can Flage and possibly Fury. Block here. Then I can deal 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright. Okay. What do I want to do? I mean, Flage certainly seems pretty good here. Now, noting that I am at 2 life. There's an Abandoned Air Temple here as well. If I pump my team with Air Temple and I have the Elspeth, I can use the Elspeth to kill this as well if I needed. That's 4, 8, 10, 12 damage, plus the Skull Clamp. Right? Skull Clamp equip. Or, I mean, it's actually, is it more damage? Okay, so if they block this, it's 4, 8, 12. No, I want to kill this. I got to do the math here. If I do this, this becomes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. Oh, it's not enough. Dang. Alright, I can't. I don't have time here. Yeah, my bad. I think there was probably a lethal line there. But I couldn't find it. So, just gonna play it careful here. All right, I'm at 5. I go to 4? Damn, I don't want to do that. Guess we'll clamp this. I think there was probably... I can't help but to think that I might have had a lethal situation there. But I got the Planeswalker off the battlefield. I killed a bunch of things. I gained a bunch of I gained the 3 life. There's obviously a world where I can die here. This is 4 damage. Astrologian's Planisphere, okay. Oh my gosh, are they like 1 damage short? They might be 1 damage short here. Holy smokes. I guess the safe line was to not attack with the Elite Spellbinder. Okay. Them attacking with Elspeth is a good thing. They have 1 card left. We have Pyrogoyf. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So I should Ranger Captain of Eos here. And just to make, like, just to see where I'm at, right? I'm going to do this to see where I'm at. Because I can sacrifice this to make it so they, you know, they have the 1 mana. Oh, and I also have, right, I can just get a red card here. Sure. Let's crack it. Then now we can Fury for the Ragavan. And then we can Pyrogoyf or activate Abandoned Air Temple. Woo! That was a nice one. I don't think I played my best there at the end. I didn't have enough time. There was a lot to consider. They have a really sweet blue-red prowess tempo shell. And there's a lot of different ways I could take a bunch of damage, and I didn't consider every single possibility. I should have probably thought about a potential haste flyer, so perhaps I should have kept the Elite Spellbinder back and just killed a Tamiyo and try to play the longer game. Maybe there was also a world where I had a lethal situation there as well. But despite that, 3 trophies in a row, all with proactive, aggressive strategies, right? We had a Rakdos aggro deck, and then we had a Boros aggro deck, and then another Boros aggro deck. So probably for the next one, just for the sake of mixing things up, I am going to probably try to do something else. But we'll note that in this specific draft, Boros was wide open. We were tabling Sacred Foundries and Flages. I mean, we were just kind of getting absolutely everything. And Boros certainly isn't as powerful as it used to be, but when it's this open, it's still quite strong here. So again, shout out to that first opponent who had a really, really excellent Boros, kind of almost a mid-range deck, which kind of goes over the top of my Boros deck, but this deck just had staying power, right? I had the capability of having these good aggressive starts, but if my opponent played a creature, I had so many ways to get that creature off the battlefield while also putting pressure on the battlefield. One of the issues sometimes when you draft Boros is, oh man, you have all this removal and you don't have enough creatures. That's where cards like Fury, Pyrogoyf, and Flage really shine because they are threats that also get creatures out of the way. So those are the cards that really did a lot of work. Elspeth, of course, nice. And then, of course, the 4 damage effects with the Lutri also doing a lot of work. We rarely ran out of things to do. And yeah, this was just a nice, aggressive deck. We drew pretty well with it. And we were able to win our 3rd trophy in a row. And now we are very close to Diamond. And, you know, we had a little bit of a rough start to the Cube season, right? We tried to draft like a fun combo deck, win 5 and 3. I'm sure I could have won at least 6 matches with that one. And then we had a couple of middling Dimir, Grixis mid-range decks. And now we're finding our happy place. Maybe I'm just not a good control player. I've always thought I was, but maybe just in Cube, like I mentioned in the last video, that's probably just not necessarily where you want to be for the most part. And so I've just been having a lot more success drafting decks like this. Let me know what you want to see. Do you want to see variety, or do you want me to see me just try to play to win every single time, right? It obviously, there's a lot of different approaches, but I think for the next one, I think if it's close, I'm going to probably lean towards doing the broken thing, or not broken thing, but non-aggro thing. So for example, if I were to do this draft again, probably first picking the Entomb and just kind of seeing what happens. All right, but another successful run, 3 trophies in a row. Why don't we make it 4 in tomorrow's draft? Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in a different way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Also go to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes of Ninja Turtles or pre-order some boxes of Strixhaven, check out TCGplayer.com. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, go to HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. They are your one-stop shop for top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and much, much more. Go to HeavyPlay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.